Hi guys, welcome back to another What's for Dinner. For this night's dinner, I'm going to be doing some Cajun brats. For this night's dinner, we wanted something quick and easy. Everybody was tired between work and school, so I started tonight's dinner off with using some green beans in the can. I like to cook mine in a little bit of chicken broth, so I used about a half teaspoon of this Weiler's chicken broth powder. And I'm just going to continue to let this cook for about a minute to two, just until it's cooked all the way through. And for my next side, I just decided to wash, peel, and dice up some potatoes. I'm just going to make a basic mashed potato recipe tonight. And for my main dish, to a skillet over medium heat, I added about 1/3 cup of water. I then added in these Cajun brats. And I just went ahead and put the lid on and let them cook for about 3 to 4 minutes until they were cooked all the way through. And last minute, I decided to add some garlic bread to my dinner. I just used a plain piece of white bread. I just added some butter, garlic powder, mozzarella cheese, and some parsley. This was super quick, easy, and dinner's done. For this night's dinner, I did these cornbread muffin hot dog bites. These were super easy, super cheap, and super fun to make. My boys absolutely loved eating them. I started off by using this Martha White cornbread mix. This was more of a southern style cornbread. I think next time I make these, I'm going to stick with the Jif cornbread mix. I think it'll definitely give it more of a cornbread taste and texture. So to make these, I just followed the directions on the back of the bag. It's going to be different depending on which cornbread mix you get. So I just put all the ingredients in this bowl and went ahead and mixed it all up. And since we live in Japan, it's really hard to cook without an oven, so I usually do all my baking in my Instapot air fryer. I found this really cute muffin tin on Amazon, and I just got it today. I can't wait to try it out. I started out with just spraying it with some non-stick cooking spray. Next, I'm just going to pour my cornbread batter into the muffin tins. You want to make sure you only fill it about halfway full. And for this, I'm going to be using these Oscar Mayer hot dogs. And then you're just going to cut the hot dogs up so that way they fit evenly in your muffin tin. And I apologize for the uneven cuts of the hot dogs today. When your kids are hungry, you don't really care about presentation. And then I just went ahead and put a piece of hot dog in each muffin tin. You want to make sure that it doesn't overflow. And then I just cooked these in the air fryer for about 8 minutes at 400 degrees. And as a side tonight, I just cooked up this macaroni and cheese. And I also steamed up a bag of baby broccoli florets. So here's our dinner all plated up. I decided to add a little bit of ketchup on the side for dipping sauce. So this dinner is super quick and easy. It took about 10 minutes to throw together. Super kid-friendly dinner. And this is also a super budget-friendly dinner. It fed a family of 7 for about $5. And dinner is done. For this night's dinner, we did pork tonkatsu. So for this dinner, I just went to the local grocery store and I picked up some pre-packaged pork tonkatsus. I also picked up this pack of frozen udon noodles. Into a pan over medium heat, I just added about a tablespoon of butter. Most big chain grocery stores carry the udon noodles in their freezer section, so this is definitely something you guys can make as well. Once the butter is semi-melted, I added in my pack of udon noodles, and I just went ahead and mixed them to make sure they're fully coated with butter. You want to leave them in the pan and let them cook until they start to crisp on the bottom. I also seasoned with a dash of salt and pepper, as well as some garlic cloves. And once the noodles are done cooking, I added in a little bit of ponzu sauce. I will link all the ingredients as well as the recipe in the description box down below. And for the tonkatsu, I just heated up some cooking oil. I'm just going to deep fry them for about 2 minutes on each side or until they're golden brown. I'll also link the recipe on how to make pork or chicken tonkatsu at home. It's super quick and easy. Tonkatsu is done. I am just going to cut it up into some strips. And then I'm just going to garnish it with a little bit of sesame seeds, as well as some green onions. And for a side tonight, I made this cranberry bacon cheddar broccoli salad. I will put the recipe link for this salad below. This dinner was really good. The flavors really blended well together. This dinner was really fun. It was like something you would get in a restaurant, and it's definitely something I will make again. And dinner is done. And for this night's dinner, I did crockpot creamy garlic pork chops with mushrooms and potatoes. And for this recipe, you're going to need some Parmesan cheese, heavy whipping cream, Italian seasoning, some salt and pepper, some mushrooms, onions, pork chops, butter, cream cheese, and some chicken broth. Starting off this recipe, I chopped up 1/2 of an onion as well as 2 cups of mushrooms. Next, I washed, peeled, and diced about 2 pounds of potatoes. Into my crock pot, I went ahead and sprayed it with some non-stick cooking spray. Into the bottom of my crock pot, I added in my diced potatoes. And next, to a pan over medium heat, I added 1 tablespoon of butter as well as 6 garlic cloves. And I let this cook down for about a minute until the garlic became fragrant. Next, I added in 4 ounces of cream cheese, 1/2 cup of chicken broth, 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, and I'm just going to cook this until it gets to a gentle simmer, and then I'm going to turn the heat on low and let it continue cooking for about 10 minutes. After the 10 minutes, I added in 3/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese as well as a tablespoon of Italian seasoning, and I'm just going to continue to cook this for another minute or so until everything is well combined. And while my sauce is resting to a skillet over medium heat, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. And I'm just going to quickly sear my pork chops for about a minute until the edges start to turn brown. You do not want to cook it all the way through. It will continue to cook while it is in a slow cooker. And you'll also want to salt and pepper to your taste preference. And after you remove your pork chops, the same skillet, you're going to saute up your sliced onions and mushrooms. And you can add a little more olive oil if needed. You're only going to cook them up for about 2 minutes. So back to your crock pot, you're going to go ahead and salt and pepper to your preference. And you're going to add in a layer of your cooked pork chops. Next, you're going to add in your diced mushrooms. And then you're going to top your mushrooms with a layer of your sauteed onions. And finally, you're going to coat everything with your cream sauce. And you're going to cover and cook on low for about 3 to 4 hours, or high 6 to 8. And I paired this meal with the broccoli salad we made the previous night. You can garnish this with chili flakes, parsley, or grated Parmesan, and dinner is done. And I want to thank everybody who took time out of their busy day to watch my video. It really means a lot being able to share my recipes and dinner inspirations with you all. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week for another What's for Dinner.